The M1 30 caliber carbine. The M1 carbine was designed by David M. Carbine Williams, a convicted killer and bootlegger. Between June of 1942 and August of 1945, over 6 million of these carbines were produced by 9 primary contractors. There were hundreds of subs producing thousands of parts for these rifles. Inland Manufacturing, an arm of GMC, actually produced the most, and Rockola, the jukebox company, produced the least, making them one of the most sought-after M1 carbines today. Irwin Peterson Arms Company were rejected by the government after producing 3,542 carbines, and they were all rejected also by the government. Their contract was avoided, and it was awarded to Saginaw Steering and Gear, another division of GMC, making GMC the biggest producer of carbines during this era. There were 3 major commercial manufacturers of carbines starting in the late 50s right on through to the 80s, and they were Plainfield, Iver Johnson, and Universal Sporting Goods. Iver Johnson ended up buying out Plainfield in the 70s. It's a beautiful gun. I would stay away from the Universal Sporting Good M1 carbines though, because not all of them were made to military spec, and it could be quite hard to get the parts for them. This particular carbine that you're looking at right here is a Plainfield with many USGI parts on it, including the slide, the safety, and also the mag release is an Inland. There are also a few carbines out there, very sought after, with unquality that are stamped on them. And what it was is Quality Hardware and Machine had Union Switch and Signal Company making their receivers for them. Well, they ended up voiding their contract with Union Switch, and the rest of the receivers that Union Switch had already made, Quality just took them all, and instead of destroying them, they just went ahead and marked Quality next to the Un, and you get unquality, and those are from what I understand, most sought after carbines of today. Let me put this camera on the tripod, and I'll show you the gun. Excuse me. I can get it in here. This particular gun right here, like I said, it's a Plainfield. Let me tell you a little story on how I got this gun. It's amazing. I had a neighbor who lived across the street from my wife and I, and he had a very bad drinking problem. Well, apparently his dad had given him this rifle here, and I believe they got it from the marksmanship program. Anyway, his wife did not want him to own a gun because of his drinking problem, and he came to me one day and he says, "Hey, I know you're into rifles and pistols. I know you got a collection. I'm going to give this to you. Would you take it and take care of it?" I said, "Yeah." So believe it or not, I got this rifle for free. I think I gave him a little drill or something I had in the garage. I mean, worthless really. And I got this beautiful, beautiful rifle for free. Now this is a commercial. This was not used in the war. However, Plainfield did produce a lot of weapons that went to third world countries, militaries throughout the world. Greece had some, El Salvador, Israel. A lot of countries had these carbines, especially after the war. And I know Plainfield did have a contract, and they did supply some to the militaries of foreign countries, but never to the US government. But this is a beautiful gun. Everything works on the thing beautifully. Safe direction. I just love it, especially for free. There are a couple of problems with this rifle. I'll show you what they are. It's missing the front sight. There's a little key in there. There's a hole where the pin fits in. As a matter of fact, I am going to the gun show tomorrow in Fort Lauderdale, hoping to find a front sight for this weapon. And also, on the foregrip, on the upper, it's broke off. There's a little piece. It's a little brass piece right here. And it's actually fits in, and it was riveted in. Well, the rivets is broke and this is fallen out, and I think the only way to fix that is for me to put it back in there and solder it, because there's no way to remove the rivets from the wood without messing the wood up. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and try to like I said, solder it in and maybe JB weld, something where I know it's going to hold. I'm not going to do a lot of shooting with this rifle, so I'm not going to worry about it that much, to be honest with you. But it's a beautiful, beautiful rifle. The action works perfect, absolutely perfect on it. And to get it for free is just, it's amazing. I figured I'd show you. I've seen a lot about M1 Carbines here lately on YouTube, so I figured I'd give you guys a look at this. And also, for this particular one, you got the 15 round mag, a 30 round mag, and a 10 round mag. So it will accept all three, and they're plentiful from what I understand. He happened to have these and he gave them to me. Let me set the gun down for a minute. It's all clear, the breech is open, and we're safe to go. I just wanted to kind of compare this 30 caliber round for you, and then I'll give you some ballistics on it. Try to compare these rounds right here. This is a 223 round, and that's your 30 cal round. I'm hoping I'm getting this in on the screen for y'all to see. The U.S. military specs on this gun when they had it built and designed, let me find my cheat sheet. Here they are. The military's effective, what they wanted when they had this gun built was the effective range of being 300 yards. I'm not so sure. I'll give you the ballistics on that in a minute. I'm not so sure about the 300 yards, but overall length of this gun is 35.5 inches. The barrel length is 18 inches with 4 groove right hand twist. The unloaded weight is 5 pounds 2 ounces, but I gotta tell you, it feels much, much lighter than that in hand. It really does. It doesn't feel like it weighs 4 pounds to me. Like I said, you can get 30, 15, 10 round mags. I believe there's even 5 round magazines for it. The muzzle velocity from the U.S. military specs was 1,990 foot per second at the muzzle, with 967 foot-pounds of force. At 300 yards, the velocity is 1,035 feet per second. But here's where the problem is. The forged struts way, way down to 262 pounds. And I'm going to say 200 and in. That's, in my opinion, I'm by no means an expert. But I'm thinking 200 and 300 is a long shot. It's a long shot to knock somebody down with this. It's a 108 grain bullet. And I also checked out a couple of books that you could find on this rifle. One is called War Baby by Larry Ruth, and there's an NRA booklet out there, support the NRA. It's called U.S. Caliber 30 Carbine, and it's a booklet you can order through NRA. You can also Google M1 Carbine, and you're just going to get more information than you could ever digest. And there's a great website that I found, and I dealt with this gentleman, and he told me where to find numbers on this gun. That's why I knew the slide was a USGI slide, and other little things. He was a real big help. And that's Bavarian M1 Carbines.com, all one word. And I just wanted to make this video and show you guys this beautiful rifle. I got it for free. I've seen some 30 calibers out there here lately, so I figured I'd throw this one out there for you to see. And if you want, if the response is good, just leave a comment for me, and maybe I'll make another video where we'll field strip it down and we'll put it back together. Or also maybe in the same video we'll go ahead and we'll fix this foregrip and get a sight on it. So I'm hoping to do that. I'll also show you what I'm carrying tonight. I know I told you I love to carry my Glock around, and I do, but I'm wearing shorts tonight, and just for a change of pace I figured I'll show you. I'm carrying tonight is my 9x18 Makarov. I love this little pistol. It's one of the most accurate pistols I've ever shot in my life, and we'll do a video on that in the future too. But I think the next video I'm going to do, if not the field strip on the carbine here, is probably going to be a fishing rod video. But we'll take it, and we'll see if you guys want me to do a field strip, and we'll put it back together. And like I said, we'll fix the foregrip on it and the sight, which I'm hoping to find at the gun show tomorrow. And we'll see. I'm going to a gun show. That could be a very dangerous thing and a very expensive thing. I appreciate you guys watching. Comment, please. And thank you once again. Out.